Dear viewers, this presentation is on the working of NMOS inverter, corresponding idea and VDS relationship. This is part of VLSI design lecture, comes under 8th. Already we have discussed about basic electrical properties in related to NMOS and PMOS, their corresponding IDS VDS relationships, mass, threshold voltage, and transconductance, output conductance, figure of merit parameters. Having the knowledge of pass transistor working, we are going to see NMOS inverter. These are the input-output voltage and current relations we have seen in the previous lectures. There are 4 regions taken from the characteristics. In that, cutoff region is the region below VDS line, in which when gate voltage is less than VTS or VTH, the current will be 0. Similarly, the linear region, that is left side of the characteristics, is taken as linear region or triode region, in which gate voltage is applied above threshold voltage. But at the same time, when we compare with drain to source voltage, VDS is less than VGS minus VT. There, the current is proportional to both applied VGS as well as VDS. And in the saturation region, that is right side of the pinch off demarcation line, where current is saturation can be seen, and gate voltage is greater than VTH, but VDS is greater than VGS minus VT. Now, in this case, IDS is proportional to the applied gate voltage and is not changing with respect to VDS. But whatever the change in length because of length modulation, that small amount of lambda VDS can be seen causes the change in IDS. And finally, one more region can be observed in the characteristics, that is weak inversion region, where the gate voltage is just applied with VTH. So VGS is just equal to VTH, but greater than VDS is greater than 0. There current is saturated current flows. It's similar to diode saturation current. So ID is equals to I naught e to the power of VGS by eta VT. So this is ID and VDS relationship. Having knowledge on this, we will be seeing about NMOS inverter. But in order to understand NMOS inverter, we should have a knowledge on pass transistor logic. Assume that NMOS is connected side to side. That is, two NMOS transistors are taken here in the example. The very first the very first NMOS transistor is connected with input node X. That X is source node, and gate node is given a name of A. So as long as A is given 1 for NMOS transistor, the gate will be in the on state, nothing but gate makes the transistor on. However, the voltage on X will be transferred to the output node, and the second transistor takes that output from the first transistor, and as long as B is logic 1, this transistor also conducts, and finally Y is equals to X if both A and B are 1. In this case, because NMOS is taken into consideration, the gate voltage, if it is logic 1, then only it will be in the on state. Now, by applying X different values starting from 0 to logic 1 in the sense VDD, we can observe the conduction of NMOS transistor. The very first voltage logic 0, get to source VGS value is more than sufficient of threshold voltage. So the transistor will be in the on state, and hence the output reaches whatever the value on X applied. So increase X value from 0, then to 1, then to 2, 3, 4. The moment once 4 volts is applied, and assuming a VDD, that is logic 1 on gate, is applied. So the corresponding difference of voltage VGS is now 1. So that 1 is approximately equals to VT, that is where the transistor maintains on condition. If the voltage on X beyond 4 volts, the moment once it is 4.1, then VT, that is VGS minus VT voltage start reducing. As when the threshold voltage is not up to the value, immediately the transistor goes into off state. So the value on X cannot be transferred to output node. So in order to transfer logic 1, X value cannot be higher as how much VDD is applied, but it is VDD minus VTN, it can transfer to the output because that VTN amount is required to maintain the transistor on. So logic 0 is transferred perfectly, but logic 1, when we try to apply VDD minus VTN is output voltage we can observe. And coming to the PMOS transistor, for gate, in order to on the transistor, we should apply logic 0 and X value starting from the voltage level 0, 1, 2, 3 up to VDD, that is 5 volts. So if I apply 0, as a logic 0 is applied on A and X also logic 0, then VGS value is not equals to VTP. VTP should be minus 1 in this case. So as VGS gate to source voltage should be maintain a VTP, in this case minus 1 is not maintaining, so X value 0 cannot be transferred, but if it is minus 1 where with logic 0 on A, then that 1 on X value makes the VGS value is minus 1, that is VDP. By that time transistor will be in the on state, so that voltage 1 will be transferred at the output. So when I try to apply 0 on X and try to transfer, but the transistor is not in the on state, so it cannot transfer that value to the output. So but it can transfer only VT value, it starts from VT value. And when I apply or when I increase this value X to 1, then 2, 3, 4 like that, a VDD if I apply, a 0 already applied on logic A and a VDD applied on X, the difference is far beyond the VTP, so logic 1 will be transferred without any problem. So in the PMOS case, logic 0 transfer is the problem, but logic 1 is not a problem. So it allows logic 1 perfectly, but logic 0 only by VTP times it transfers. So the logic levels are minus VTP to VDD, whereas in the NMOS case, 0 to VDD minus VTN. So having knowledge in this, we have to go for NMOS transistor using NMOS inverter. And here is some threshold values are given for strong 1, weak 1 and weak 0, strong 0. Strong 0 can be defined in between when the voltage is 0 to 0.5, and weak 0 can be taken in between 0.5 to 1.5. Similarly, weak 1 is 3.5 to 4.5 and strong 1 is taken in between 4.5 to 5 volts. And this is PTL AND gate. So as long as my B is 1, if B is 1, transistor upper transistor is on and down transistor is 0. However, the value on A will be transferred to F. If B is 0, then upper transistor is in the off state and down transistor is in the on state. A 0 is connected directly, will be transferred to output. So this works as an AND gate, and here is the truth table. Now let us see NMOS inverter. Generally, inverters are the basic circuitry which are used to build any complex circuitry, and after invention of NMOS, CMOS was invented, and having the advantages of CMOS, that is low power and complete switchings from logic 1 to 0 is possible in CMOS. So these two technologies are in the even in the current market also. Now NMOS inverter can be constructed using 3 different loads, that is resistor as one load, enhancement NMOS, and depletion NMOS are other loads. And in the operation of NMOS inverter, we are supposed to check for the output voltage VDS and then what is the output current it is flowing when the transistor is in saturation and as well as in the non-saturation region. Now this is the structure when the resistor is used as a load device, and this is the source device through which we are connecting input voltage, and this resistor is acting like a load through which ID will be observed. And here the first thing what we have to do is apply the input voltage VGS and observe ID current whether it is in the saturation region or non-saturated region. Assume that initially Vi is less than Vtn. If threshold voltage is not sufficient, then obviously the transistor is in the off state. So act like a open circuit switch. So across this open circuit switch from VDD to V0, as there is no current, so there is no drop. So V0 can be observed as VDD. That VDD itself can be seen across drain to source, so VDS. Now assume that input voltage is applied beyond Vtn. So when Vi is greater than Vtn and at the same time my output voltage just now observed with VDD initially, that VDD is greater compared to my Vtn. So as VDD is greater than VGS is a condition for saturation region. So taking that into picture, so for the cutoff, output voltage V0 is VDD is equal to VDS, and with input voltage greater than or equal to Vtn, my current is saturation current that we have to consider. So under saturation current, I have an expression for current voltage relation, that is V0 is equals to VDD minus IDRD, where ID is the saturation current. There I can apply the saturation current expression, that is Kn into Vi minus Vtn whole square. That Vi is nothing but VGS minus Vtn whole square. So finally, once again we can write V0 as VDD minus Kn RD into Vi minus Vtn whole square. Now in the transition, that is when VGS is exactly equals to Vtn, that VDS sat is just equals to VGS minus Vtn. At that time, the transition, that is just near the pinch of the condition. So my V0 is equals to, if I observe that V0 is equals to VIT minus Vtn. VIT is the input voltage at transition. So at that time V0 is equals to, if I write KVL equation, VDD minus my current, because VDD is still far greater compared to my input voltage, it is in the saturation current, VDD minus Kn RD into Vt minus Vtn whole square. So output voltage at transition is VIT minus Vtn. Once again, this V0 T can be written as like Kn RD VIT minus Vtn square plus VIT minus Vtn minus VDD is equals to 0. Now under non-saturated region, that means when my input voltage is applied further and further, at one point the transistor is fully on, allows this VDS to or VDD voltage to, because a transistor acts like a short circuit switch, the output voltage slowly discharges to the on transistor, so my output voltage is getting reduced. At one point this V0 is reduces, nothing but VDD is reduces compared to VGS. So that is where transistor goes into non-saturated region or linear region. So we have to take again ID current relation with respect to non-saturated current. So as usual, by applying KVL equation, V0 is equals to VDD minus IDRD. So there apply ID in terms of non-saturated expression. So this ID is equals to Kn into 2 VGS minus Vtn into VDS minus VDS square is non-saturated current expression. The same thing once again applied in V0. So V0 is equals to VDD minus Kn into RD into 2 Vi minus Vtn into V0 minus V0 square. So this is overall input output relationships, and if you observe my input voltage with respect to output voltage VDD is equals to 5 volts, the characteristics are just drawn like a switch characteristics. Initially with Vin is equals to 0, my output voltage is VDD. As long as this voltage is increasing from 0 to 5 volts, the output voltage slowly reduces. And there is a shift in the characteristics curves if you observe with respect to resistance. If the resistance is 50 ohms, the characteristic curves just very curve here, and if the resistance is increases, R is equals to 20, the switching is slowly increasing. So this is final curve, that is R is equals to 5k ohms. So 5 kilo ohms is less compared to 20 kilo ohms and 50 kilo ohms. The switching is little bit more here. So this is related to NMOS transistor when resistance is used as a load device. And similarly, we can go for the inverter using enhancement mode NMOS one time and depletion mode NMOS one time. These are final overall relationship between IDA and output voltage for the NMOS transistor with resistance as load. And for enhancement mode and depletion mode mass, as the resistance, how we are taking is that is used as a on device. In the similar way, we have to use gate to source completely, gate to drain completely short circuited, maintaining the transistor on always. That is the condition we have to use when we use this as a load device. So with this the presentation is I'm stopping, and for next topic we will discuss on enhancement mode mass and as well as depletion mode mass as load device. Thank you all.